Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer the bonus reading for the elements. Tonight we're doing fire. So, how I want to do these are just go through a basic Celtic cross spread for everyone. And if you are a fire energy, fire covers the zodiac of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, this is something new that I'm trying in my busy month of February. If you like this extra bonus readings, let me know in the comments down below, and I may just make this a part of my monthly set. So, and just so we keep everything clear, it'll be the first of the month one with the I Ching and all those goodies, and then we'll do the love readings, and then we can do this one if you guys are interested in that. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below. I'm just shuffling my cards here, and I'm going to be using my Dragon Realm Tarot, or Tarot of Dragons, for this reading, for this set of readings, I should say, for all of our elements. We're just starting out with our fire family here. I'm waiting for the last card. There we go. And so we're going to start off with, this is fire energy in the moment, the significator card. We have the Sire of Swords. This is really an air energy, so you guys are in this really good intellectual place. You have passed through several initiations, so there's I'm hearing there could be graduation coming up. There could be an application to a future job or school. You've moved beyond where you were. There's a lot of that energy, and you have not achieved full mastery yet of your air element, but you are definitely well on the path. You're beyond an initiate. You're kind of in that middle stage. And what I'm hearing from this one, where you are currently standing right now, fire, is you have achieved your first real plateau of authority. You've gained the pinnacle. You're not done yet because you still got some higher mountains here, but you have definitely achieved a lot of what you were after. You've gained a lot of wisdom and knowledge along the way, and you are ready to see how much further you can go. So the obstacles that you're dealing with are the Knight of Wands. So this is kind of you guys in a war sense. Fire is wand energy, and when you have the Knight of Wands as a obstacle or a challenge, it's saying that your fiery temper is what's crossing you. Your passions might not be in the most healthy state right now, and you've achieved a lot. That's the important part, because that's where you're standing right now, is you've achieved a great deal. You have climbed a part of the mountain, and you're at a good spot to kind of take a breath and see where you're at. But your passions, your tempers, your the things that make you so powerful as fire in their negative sense are really not working in your favor right now. So this could be a good time to do some reevaluation, take a deep breath, get the temper a little bit more reined in, those passions a little bit more at bay. Passion can be an amazing thing to inspire, but when it burns too hot, it can burn you out. So you have to be a little bit careful with that fire when it's being crossed like that. Your higher self, your conscience, however you want to look at that, is the Five of Cups. So this is some water energy. There's a little bit of sadness in your higher energy, this higher frequency. And what I'm getting with this is, don't worry so much about things that you have lost in the past. It's time to remember that you still have so much more available to you that my guides are being funny. Don't cry over spilled milk. This is not a time for looking at what you have lost or the things that you may have missed out on, because you, fire, have achieved so much in that Sire of Swords that you have achieved already. Things that you lost were things that were meant to fade away, and that's what your higher self wants to bring forward. Is you can mourn those things, but don't forget you've achieved so much more, because the two cups that are above you, that's the rewards. This is where you're headed. This is what you've achieved. You may have had friends fall away. You may have had job offers that you missed. But the dragon is looking that direction. It's saying, why are you looking down when you still have achieved so many more things? So your higher self is kind of calling out a little bit, going, stop worrying about the past. That's not helping you right now. Look to the future. That's where you're headed. So the subconscious, or as I like to look at this one, is your shadow energy, is the Knight of Pentacles. There's this energy of almost greed coming in here, where you're going to defend what you've earned, and you may not move, but you're going to defend where you're at. Defending and taking care of and protecting where you're at in this moment is a good thing, but don't let that become your too anchored. You want to still be able to protect and move, and that's what I'm hearing with this. Is your shadow energy that's coming up is because of those crossing passions, you're a little defensive. Anytime someone brings something up, you're like, are you out to get me? Are you going to try to stop me? Are we a challenge? No, your shadow's there just kind of stirring things up. Your higher self is saying, look at what you've achieved. Look where you're headed. Yes, you've lost some things in the past, but those things needed to be let go of to be able to move forward. Your shadow's saying, but you must protect them like a little, greedy troll guarding his hoard. That's unnecessary is what I'm hearing. It's saying, keep mobile, keep moving, and move forward. Your shadow's trying to slow you down by making you look at the wrong stuff, so be careful of that. And it's around finances, and is what I'm hearing there. So your history, this is what brought you to the pinnacle where you're at now. What brought you to, excuse me for 1 second while I pick up cards. I have a small desk. What brought you to this is the history. This is how you got there. And we have the Page of Cups. You got there through looking within. You did a lot of hard work. The dragon here is observing himself in the water because you've had to go beyond basic emotions to get where you're at. You climbed the pinnacle because you're willing to look within. You're willing to do the hard work. The Five of Cups, what I'm hearing with this one is, it is about understanding your emotions, understanding the lessons that you needed to learn. You've done a lot of this work already. Otherwise, you would not have achieved this state. You would not have been able to pass into an initiation if you would not have come to a better understanding of your emotions. Because you understand yourself, that person you look at in the mirror, your past self energy here, the reason that you can look at that is because you've overcome so many of the passions. The thing that's crossing you is your own temper, passion, and drives, and what I'm hearing here is you've already conquered that. Don't let that get in the way. You're here. This is where you're at. So stay on that mountaintop for now. Take your rest, enjoy the view, because you're moving forward probably pretty rapidly, honestly. Your future, and this can be for the next 6 months to a year, depending on how you look at these time frames, is number 8. This is the strength energy. Your future is full of power. It's full of strength. You have conquered, because it's the red dragon again. See our fire dragons? Gotta move the cards. The thing that's crossing you is your own fire. And in this one, you have tamed that. Your future is saying, I have tamed my passion. I have tamed my wild emotions, my temper, the drives that were mindlessly trying to push me to a different direction. But this card is saying you have tamed that. And now you have a tool of such great value that you can move forward in strength. You can move forward in authority over your area of existence. So, fire, it's really looking good for you right now. Keep check on those emotions. Don't let them get out of control, and don't get over defensive if someone happens to bring something up, because people are going to bring stuff up. That's just what they do. But it's how you handle that is whether you're triggering your higher consciousness, which is saying, yeah, that's my past, I'm not worried about that anymore, or you're getting defensive, being like, yeah, so what, I did that. It's not necessary. So let's look at where your personal attitude is. Fire, there is a lot of things you're not comfortable with coming up here because you're getting a lot of water energy. Your higher self is water, which is emotional intelligence. Your history is emotional control, which is the Five of Cups. And where you're currently standing as far as your attitude and your outlook on life is the Knight of Cups. So you're fully aware and healthy with your relationship to your emotions. These are the fire aspects that are popping up here are just giving you heads up as to what to be aware of. What I'm hearing with this one is you have that prized chalice of your emotional maturity. It's also saying that this is a time where you have moved beyond other people's opinions and viewpoints. A lot of the times when I hear water in this aspect, especially associated with non-water, it's saying that you've almost achieved what other people would say a cold outlook, because they can bring their slings and arrows and you're just like, and go away. So you're in this really good spot right now, fire, because you've gained mastery. There still may be a knight is a warrior, so there still may be some things that you need to deal with, but you're not as... The defensive nature of your shadow is something to be aware of, but it's not saying with your current attitude that that's going to be a big problem, because you've already overcome a lot of that. And if you notice, he's flying over any issues that he has. He's protecting what he has, but he's flying over anything negative. So it's not like don't lower yourself to that lesser state is what I'm hearing. So your current environment where you're at in the moment is the Queen of Pentacles. You're in a very fertile area of your life right now. You're standing on the pinnacle. This is you. And when you stand on that pinnacle, you're looking around and you can see how fertile everything is. Look at how far you've come. Look where you have the ability to go. Your future is in strength. Your future, your current environment is tied to this prosperous energy of Queen of Pentacles. What I'm hearing is if you're single, this could mean that there's a connection coming in. There could be a family expansion, but it's not just warriors. You have your dragons and you got your bunnies, you got your eggs. Things that you have been working on are in the process of growth. There is a gentle nature tied to where you're at right now, your current environment. It may not feel like that right now, fire, but spiritually, energetically, where you're sitting right now is actually very protected. When you have a queen of any of the cards, this is a warrior who's been there, done that, and she's very protective of what is hers. Queen of Pentacles is saying, this is where I'm at, this is my home. These are the things that I value and I will protect them, but I'm also a gentle queen. I am here to help guide and support you. So, looks pretty good as far as where your environment's at. Your current hopes and fears. Got a lot of this water coming up, fire, so be careful of your emotions this month. We have the Eight of Cups. What this one, I like how it's portrayed because it gives this mystery. Your hopes are your own. These are things to keep secret. Your biggest fear right now is exposing things to others' criticism. And I'm hearing very clearly with this one, this is not a time for you to share a lot of your personal details, fire. This is a time for you to walk in shadows, walk in secret. The people in your inner circle, that's fine. They get to know these things. But this is not something that you need to brag about. Don't be too loud about it. You are conquering, you're kind of dealing with things crossing you, these passions and desires, this aggressive nature, because yeah, we need that, don't get me wrong, but when it's unchecked, it becomes a problem, and that's what you're working with, fire. Again, these are general readings, take what works, but your future is in strength. The strength comes from knowing when to speak up, when to talk about it. Otherwise, keep your hopes in the shadows. Keep your hopes to yourself in your inner circle. There is great value emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually, and not advertising everything that you're doing. So how are we looking by the end of this? We are looking at number 11, justice. When we have justice, we are looking at balance. We have wisdom with action. This is a time where you're at right now, fire, is a time of you have achieved a great deal because you are on the pinnacle of life right now. You are doing really well. Your wisdom has gained you a lot. And now you're in a position of balance. You are in a good place to be able to judge and decide what direction do you want to go next? Where are you headed? What energy do you want to pick from? There's a lot of emotions tied up in here. You've got a lot of water, so this is something that's calling you to tame your passions. In taming your passions, your future is strength. Your future is being able to control yourself, being able to step out in authority, in power. Power being, I have mastery of this. Takes a lot of time. No one ever gets full mastery, but you can gain a new level of it. But your future is in strength. Your future is in being able to direct your passions with balance. The justice card is not about, I'm going to prove them wrong. Your justice card is about, I have found balance. Therefore, I can judge myself against where I'm at, where I'm headed. It allows you to pick a better path or to pick the best of the options available to you. So, Fire, this month, with this bonus reading, I'm hearing emotions are going to be a little bit high for you, which that's not a big deal. You have mastered so many things in your life and you've gained control over them. Don't forget what you've already accomplished. You are at a good place. You're at a pinnacle. You have achieved a great deal. Your future's looking bright. Your shadow's a little hiccupy. But overall, where your environment is, your attitudes, all this stuff is looking to the future with confidence. The big one is walk quietly, don't advertise everything, and you'll be able to move relatively unscathed, but you're going to be able to see, because of experiences you've already had, the wisest decisions. So, if this message resonates with you, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this type of reading, if you want me to start doing some bonus stuff like this, also just comment down below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, all that fun YouTuber stuff. With that, I will let you guys go. Have a great rest of your month. Fire, you're in a good place. Stay balanced. Look to the future with strength and confidence.